The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Here we go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
On second down, here's Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up fourth.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is taken at the 15. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10.
Watching that, Barney!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
First carry for Darius Geis. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and get it with Geis. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up. Second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. 3.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to, and he coughed it up. And who's got it? The Giants. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest...
He's got him in, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back to throw here. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So on fourth down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken around the 12. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough, spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
They'll set up to throw. Looking here for Smith down into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wildly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they're through the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Giants on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll drop to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And a gain there of 11 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. Now the ball comes loose into the Redskins. Have it, they do.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Hot.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Dumps it off for Geis. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll look to throw here. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. In for the score. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Well, there was a little extra pressure with that one because it was 3rd down. He didn't care. He snagged it with one hand like it was routine.
The key is to make a play in a tough situation. Doesn't matter how, and in this case, one-handed gets it done. Terrific play for us to watch.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A handoff to Barkley. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And here come the Redskins now. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Geis. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now he's flushed out left. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Redskins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Detroit! Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And New York set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride. And they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They'll set up a throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased left. Now he'll let it go deep and complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17.
Gone!
They're going to look to throw. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Oh, now he bowls him over. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Ohio! Ohio!
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And the ball is knocked out into the Redskins. Haven't they do?
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, we had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
And his pass incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 84 yards. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
New York set to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington.